It's some wood with a meaning. It's like pyramids in Egypt, or the paintings in Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. They tell us something we shouldn't know otherwise.
In dezelfde tijd dat de Batavia werd gebouwd, zat men ook in Stockholm niet stil. In januari 1625 werd hier op de oude scheepswerf in Stockholm begonnen met de bouw van het grootste Scandinavische oorlogsschip van die tijd, de Vasa. De Nederlanders waren goed in het bouwen van schepen en dus werden de broers Hendrik Hubertsen en Arend de Grote naar Stockholm gehaald om hier leiding te geven aan de bouw van het schip. Maar een succes werd het niet.
It set sails after a few hundred meters, and then it sailed like a bit more than 1,000 meters. Then it came a wind. So it was a sunny day in August, but it was too much wind for this ship. So it fell on the side. It rose again, and a new wind came, and it just went down. And it went down on the bottom, and became standing on the bottom for more than 300 years. As you see on the ship, it has gun ports, openings for the cannons, and obviously those openings must be above the surface of the water and at least a meter above the water surface. And if you put in too much weight, the ship will go down.
Meer dan 300 jaar lag de Vasa als vergeten op de bodem van de zee. Totdat in 1956 Anders Franzén op zoek ging naar het schip.
He thought he knew where it was placed, and so he was circling that area with his probe, and then once when he pulled this probe up, he could see that this is oak, and this could be the Vasa. And then they looked further, and they had found it. Vasa was really very, very well preserved under the circumstances. Of course, in the Baltic Sea, we don't have the shipworm, Teredo navalis, that usually degrades any wood that comes into marine environments, because the water here is too cold and the salinity is too low.
When the ship got out of the water, firstly, it went into a dry dock, and water was pumped out, and they built this cradle to let the ship rest in. And after that, it was a conservation phase for a very long time, like 17, 18 years of spraying the ship with PEG, polyethylene glycol, which is wax.
So what this wax does, it replaces the water, so that it stays there when you dry it out. So that's what sits in that degraded area of Vasa.
Maar dat het schip relatief goed bewaard is gebleven, betekent niet dat het werk aan de Vasa klaar is. Zo moet de constructie om het schip heen nodig aangepast worden.
Because if we don't do that, it will slowly take another shape, and then eventually it will collapse. We want to preserve it for 1,000 years, and I think, I'm sure it's completely possible to do that. But wood is an organic material. It will eventually go away or deteriorate. But 1,000 years, no problem.